In this latest MxControlCenter software release, version 2531, there are some really nice enhancements. The first one I'd like to share with you is the time-lapse export. To access this, go into Event Search. I'll select these 8 sequences that have been recorded using motion detection, which I set up in our M24 camera. Now right-click and select Add to Export List. So there we have our sequences listed and ready to export. Now here in the Export As drop-down, you can see that time-lapse has been added. If I select that and click Settings, this launches the Export Format Settings dialog. Let's jump in and get a closer look. You can select a fixed export resolution, which would be useful if you were exporting this to a website and wanted to lower the resolution and the bitrate, but I'll leave it at the default setting. Start New Clip when resolution changes. If you're exporting a bunch of sequences that have been recorded at different resolutions and you deselect this, it will export all sequences in the export list as one single clip. If you leave it selected when you export, a new time-lapse clip will be created for each sequence recorded in a different higher or lower resolution. Here you can select the export frame rate. I'll leave it at the default of 1. If the camera is set up for event triggering as our M24 camera is, you can choose to export only the event triggers, being the actual image captured within the sequence showing the event that caused the trigger, which would be relevant when exporting a time-lapse video for identification purposes. Otherwise, for general time-lapse exporting, say for creating videos for marketing applications, you wouldn't need to select this. But it's still an option worth considering, again depending on the application and why you're needing to export a time-lapse video. Select the time interval between frames. Here you can adjust the amount and also select the time unit. I'll leave the export setting at 1 frame every 60 seconds. Select the export container. I'll choose the MOV file type and choose a codec. I'll select Motion JPEG. Choose whether you want to export based on quality or performance. Quality will export at a lower compression, so of course the final movie file size will be larger than if you export using performance. When you've finished, click OK, then export. Choose the export location, then save, and the time-lapse export will start. And so here is our movie file ready for playback. To watch the rest of this tutorial, register at mxinstaller.com or click on the link below this video.